Hi, it's Celeste, your canary in the coal mine. So today I wanted to do a funny little demo because I wanted to talk about how we are being misled by claims that things are safe when they really are overburdening our body with toxicity. Part of the problem is that the government requires companies to test for items individually. Like in the water or something like that, it'll say such and such percentage of arsenic, such and such percentage of lead, such and such percentage of, iron, such and such percentage of some other chemical. So they've got this whole list of the different things that are in the water, and on the report it says all of these are below the levels that are allowable for all of them. But they don't test them all together. They just test each individual thing at a time, and when each individual thing meets the standard, then they call it good. But that's not how your body works. Your liver is working to take things out of your body that's not supposed to be there. So if you have a little bit of this and a little bit of that and a little bit of that and a little bit of that, it can overload the liver. And so I want to show you a little demo here. So I've got like some clear water here. And say there's some substance that the government says is okay to have in the water up to a certain level. So let me just kind of put one drop in the water. So now this is water that has just that amount of that particular thing in it. And the government is saying this is still okay to drink, not a problem here. So then there's another chemical that's in the water. Right? So this one is meeting the standard too. There's only the amount that's supposed to be in the water, that it can't exceed a certain level. So now we've got two things in the water. Then there's another chemical that the government says is okay to be in the water. So we'll add a drop of that. So now we've got this third thing in the water. Let me stir the water a little bit. Things are getting a little murkier now. So now your body's trying to cope with all this in the water. Now, there's something else that the government says is okay to have in the water. So we add that to the water. Now this is what your body's trying to cope with. Okay? And then say something really bad comes along, and that thing gets added to the water. And now your body's trying to cope with this. Right? Does this look like something that's easy for the body to cope with? Probably not. Originally, that original coloring, well, that didn't look too bad. Looked like the liver could probably handle that. But as you add each of these individual things, now the liver is having to deal with all this stuff in here. So that's why I want to, that same thing is true of the ingredients list on the packages. The ingredients list, manufacturers will often, for example, if they don't want sugar to appear as the top item on the ingredients list, because the ingredients list is sorted by how much of something is in the food substance. In other words, the thing at the top of the list is what's most in the food. The second item is what's second most. So if they don't want sugar to be at the top of the list because it doesn't look good for marketing purposes, they'll break the sugar up into 3 or 4 different kinds of sugar so that they appear lower on the list. But the body is dealing with all of it. The body isn't saying, oh, it's Tuesday, I'm going to just deal with item 1 on the list. I'm going to just deal with that first food coloring that I put in here. The body has to deal with all of it that you're taking in. So that's why it's a really good idea to buy foods that have a really short list, and to be, vigilant about the water you're drinking for the same reason. What's on the list? How many different items is your liver trying to extract from the food and get out of the body, or your kidneys are trying to extract? So I just thought a simple little demo would show you what a burden it is on the body when you have a whole bunch of different things, all of which meet the allowable levels, none of which actually ought to be in the body. So I hope this little tip helps you to get well and stay well. Thanks.